Hey, Nick from Harvest Profit here. Hope all is well. Just wanted to give you a quick tour of Harvest Profit to give you a better feel for the software and to see if it's a fit for your operation. And so the heartbeat of Harvest Profit is our profit and loss tab, where you can view your crop by crop P&L in a variety of different ways. So if you have multiple entities on your farm, you can split it up between entities. These may be entities that you farm, like a father or son, a husband and wife, brother, sister, or it could be landlords as well, because we have the ability to manage custom crop shares in a variety of different entity splits. You can also pick some of your fields, and the software will automatically slice and dice by your fields. And then you can pick by landowner. So you can slice and dice your profitability by landlord. And then whenever possible, we try to implement, the best of spreadsheets into the software. So we can modify yields here, 175. I can put in different prices, $3.50, $4. And so we can slice and dice our profitability in a bunch of different ways there. We can switch between total values and per acre values. We can switch between a market and a weighted average of what you have sold and what you have unsold. That's what we're looking at now. Or you can go to a budget price. So you can have static prices to show your banker or to show other decision makers in your farm. So per acre, budget, toggles. We can go and export a PDF or Excel spreadsheets. So you have formatted PDF reports for you to look at. We can go back and I'll give you a little bit of a tour of how all these numbers come together. But first, I'll show you we have per field profitability too. You can look at the details on a per field basis, again, with the same sort of exporting, same sort of filtering up on the top of the screen, and the ability to toggle between budget and per acre. And then analysis here is we can select different years. So we can pick, we want to compare 2018 versus 2019. We can do crops and fields. So we can do a variety of comparative profitability analysis for your farm. Once again, we can export that into a PDF or a spreadsheet. And so how this really works is we have our inputs. You can put in your seed, fertilizer, chemical, overhead. Your seed, fertilizer, chemical gets spread across your fields on a per field basis. And the rest of your overhead gets spread across your whole farm, whether you can define what crop you want for that. So if I have if I have an alfalfa operation or a hay operation, I can allocate my equipment and my labor just for those enterprises only to the alfalfa, and I can leave the row crops and small grains out. And you can just slice and dice it in a lot of different ways, and we automatically handle the math on the back end for you. I'll show you our applications tab here. This is where you will set your initial yield estimates and build your applications. As of right now, it's a budget that morphs into actuals. So here I can do. This is soybean field for my farm. I have one shot of fertilizer that I put on. Once I put that on one field, I can take that and I can copy that to the rest of my soybean fields. And so that's one application. I can take one whole field plan and copy that over. And so we're trying to do wherever possible to save you a lot of time when it comes to data entry. But at the end of the day, we have integrations with the CBOT to bring in commodity prices with Agromatics LibreCart. We're working on integrations with FieldView and John Deere and Bushel. But at the end of the day, a lot of times these integrations don't save you as much time as what you think. And so we're working hard to minimize the data entry involved with managing your harvest profit account. But sometimes it's the more simple way to set up an account. And so we have a farmer who just got done doing some bank reporting for his next year's crop budget. It took him, he has a, not a small farm, not a huge farm, and I would say an average size farm for the US. It took him about 20 minutes to set up his next year's crop budget from start to finish. One other thing I'll show you here when it comes to inputs, it's a pain. Well, one of the complicating factors in a farm is each year is its own business. And so we've built this feature so you can copy inputs from year to year. So here I already took my 2018 expenses and I copied them to 2019. I can do 2019 to 2020 to 21, 22. I can copy all of my expenses from year to year. So it really simplifies the data entry with that. The other thing I'll show you quick is we have a crop planner tab. This is where you build your crop plan. You can select different multiple entities, entity structures. You can add different crops to a field. So we're just trying to handle all the real world complications that tend to make other spreadsheets packages or other software packages not work as good as they should to match up your real world farm. We want to handle those flexible edge cases. And then number two, where spreadsheets tend to lapse a little bit is if you have these multiple entity splits, if you have crop shares, those types of things, spreadsheets don't handle the best. So then when it comes to our grain contracts and hedges, if I go back to my P&L, you can see here's my weighted average price for corn. Well, how do we get that? We take the weighted average of all of my contracts. So in this account, I have some cash sales, some forward contracts, some HTAs, some short futures, and some options. We give you the ability to, you can easily edit these contracts for contracts like futures and hedge to arrives. We can roll these futures forward. We can set the basis, turn them to cash sales, turn them to forward contracts, really trying to give you all the power and all the real world actions that you're going to take in your farm. Because we understand that farming just isn't one contract. You have many different contracts that each have different attributes. And so we want to give you the power to handle each contract like they should. And then a new feature that we've added is the ability to have to track your grain inventory. So you can put in loads. We sync up with Agromatics LibreCart. We're going to be syncing up with Bushel. So you can manage loads that are going in and out of your farm. You can manage the inventory of those. You can do production reports. And so at the end of the day, this grain inventory feature is one of our newer features that was added based on customer requests. A couple other things quick. I'm not trying to take up too much of your time. We have a what if analysis tab. Let's go to corn here, where you can view your profit per acre with all the data that you have in your account. So average bushel sold, average price, average production costs. You can view your profit per acre where your yield comes in and where the rest of your bushels get sold on the top axis. And we also allow you to build a grain marketing plan where you can set different price targets. You can see the impact. Got to go back to my marketing plan here. You can set different price targets. You can view the profitability if those price targets hit. So if all these price targets were to hit on my farm, it would be a $378 average cash price. My profit per acre would be $72. And so you can do some pretty fun analysis here. So at the end of the day, we're really laser focused on helping you take more control, removing the uncertainty. In our opinion, making numbers-based decisions is a key behavior and a key activity to reduce a lot of the emotions and the biases that come along with all the uncertainty that you face as a farmer. We want to do it in a way that's easy for you. We want to do it in a way that minimizes time, doesn't turn into another job. As you'll see, there's no work orders involved with Harvest Profit. We want you to find the best possible methodology or routine for getting your work done on the farm and not change the way that you're doing that. And then at the end of the day, we think that by tracking your numbers, it helps you take more control over your outcome and fight all of this uncertainty that is really inherent in farming. So that's a quick tour of Harvest Profit. Just wanted to show you what we're all about, what the software is. We have a lot going on, but everything we do is focused on making it as easy as possible, minimizing clicks. We're not sitting in an office out in California and have never been on a farm. We live, breathe, work, and play in farm country here in Fargo, North Dakota. We have customers in 26 states and 4 provinces. All we sell is software. We're not going to sell seed. We're not going to sell crop insurance. We're not going to sell a variety of other services. We're just here to serve you by making better software for you and allowing your farm to make easier, more insightful, intelligent, numbers-based decisions. If you want to try a free trial, just visit harvestprofit.com. You can sign up for a no obligation free trial and see if the software is a fit for you. At the end of the day, we don't know, or we know that some people don't have any money in their budget for software, and we get that. But we think that if we can help you make 2 or 3 better decisions on your farm per year, we can have an ROI up there with irrigation, drain tile, grain storage, and that's what we're all about doing here at Harvest Profit. So thank you for watching the video. Take the software for a spin to see if it's a fit for your operation.